Hello again, Travis Semlinger here, coming to you from Progressive Coaching, located in Zurich, Switzerland. And today I'm going to share a short anecdote with you that serves as a metaphor to highlight the power of our decisions. And if you get any value out of this content at all, please leave a short comment, give the video a like, as it really helps to feed the Google algorithms, basically, so that more people can benefit from this content. Okay, let's get straight into it. So the way I use this short story is when I'm working with clients and someone says something like, how can I be any different? Growing up the way I did. Maybe they had a rough childhood or something. Is it any wonder I am like I am? I hear this very often. Or when a client says something like, this event happened in the past, this terrible event happened. How can things be any different now? No wonder I turned out the way I am, and no wonder life is like it is now. And I usually share this following story. So it goes something like this. Okay, so thank you for sharing that with me. Have you heard? It reminds me of an interview I saw once on. Are you aware of 60 Minutes, where they interview people? Yep. Okay, so in this story, this was going back a while, but what happened was they interviewed two twin brothers. And what happened is they grew up with a father who was, just trying to remember the full details of the story here, but I remember he was very violent. Okay, two twins, I think it was, the names are irrelevant, but it was something like Jonathan and Michael, two twin brothers, grew up with this violent father. This father used to beat them. He used to also beat the mother. He was in and out of jail, and his violence became so severe that he actually beat up a person on the street. I believe it was at a gas station, and actually beat this person to death. Okay, murdered someone in cold blood on the streets. And the twins, both twins at this time, were only 15 years old. And the father got sentenced to 25 years to life in maximum security jail. And then what happened is, we fast forward, I think it was about 20 years. The twins were 35 years old, and this happened when they were 15. So 20 years later, they interviewed both of these twins. And one of them was highly successful. One of the reasons they interviewed them, highly successful, successful financially, had a beautiful family of his own. 3 children, I remember, and was highly respected in the community. Everybody knew him because of his financial success, but also because he was such a loving person. People looked up to him, highly regarded in the community. Everyone spoke highly of him. And the other brother's life turned out very differently to the other twin, but very similar to his father's, actually. He followed in his father's footsteps and ended up living a life of crime. And he's actually in Supermax, the strictest prison, I believe, in America at the moment, because he actually beat someone to death as well, just like his father, followed really in his father's footsteps. Now, why do I tell you all this? Because what was so interesting was when the 60 Minutes interviewer asked them the following question that I'll tell you in a minute, they both answered with the exact same answer. Okay, and the question was this. So, why did you end up with this life that you have? I asked it to the very successful person, twin, and to the person in the jail. Why did you end up with this life? How did you end up with this life? And both twins replied, what choice did I have growing up with a father like that? Interesting, right? So what does this highlight? So then what I do is I ask the person, why do you think I told you this story? What does this story mean to you? What could this story mean to you? That last question usually starts to bring about the insights. Okay, but it's obvious, isn't it? I'm talking about meaning here. It's because if you've watched the playlist on meaning so far, that it is what made the difference in the quality of these twins' life was the decision that they made about, and probably at an unconscious level, but what does this situation mean to me? Okay, the one twin could find the inspiration to make this into a positive. Even in the worst situation, he used it as inspiration to propel his life to a positive level, to never be like that, to never be like his father, to grow and contribute to his community. He used this as inspiration. And the other twin took possibly the easy part. Just follow in the footsteps. What choice do I have? But often the easy path doesn't lead to somewhere easy at all. There's an old saying, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. There might be some truth in that. Because, as you know, if you've been watching the playlist on meaning, nothing has any meaning except the meaning we give it. And it's the decisions that shape our lives, and no decision is more important than the decision we make about what events mean in our life. Because depending on the meaning that we give them will determine what we do or don't do with our lives. Thanks, everybody. I hope that was a useful anecdote for you. And apart from that, as always, I wish you a great day. Cheers.